What's going on, NSP
What's going
fam?
on, gang?
I'm with all the guys right here. My man Natty Nat, yes sir. My man D. My man JB the Don.
Know the vibes, man. Waves
gang,
coming
gang.
soon.
Yes,
Wave
sir.
chat coming soon with Natty.
Man, JB, what we got for them boys?
Man, we got the deadly war that started the UK drill. You know what I'm saying? 67 versus 150.
That started UK.
It's been a minute, man. Hey, but we back with these videos,
This for
man.
the guys. No, this for the lads, the gals in them. Without further ado, my G.
Let's get straight to it,
Drill has
man.
come a long way since its root, from its underground and heavily Chicago-influenced start to a now more commercial and cleaned up genre.
Hey, y'all
If
go
you
check
was to
out
tell
Doja,
people
man.
back in 2012 that 10 years later that drill artists would be getting hundreds of millions of views and be getting nominated for Brit Awards, they'd think you're crazy, but it's happened.
Because of Chicago,
Let's look
dog.
Pause. Did I just see Central C mentioned in the same breath as drill rappers?
So what the y'all be talking about? But
In the comment section, bro.
he said he just pushed it more mainstream.
to
and
how
shit,
the
so-
genre
But
even
he's still a
started
drill
in the
artist,
first
though.
place, and how a deadly feud in South London
no more, though,
got us
bro.
all the
He's a
way
rapper,
here. Let's
bro.
get into
Yeah,
it.
he a rapper now.
Nigga, intro goofy.
That's fuck, but I just realized, damn.
Shout out to Nerd.
Shout out Kid Nerd though. Guys,
Y'all like Kid Nerd.
let Kid Nerd know we're like his biggest supporter up in the States, okay? Let him know we need to get like the first scoop on his videos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Let us know.
Products. Let's
We
get
like
into
the
the
UK,
video.
man. I'm
So
trying
the
to
drill
link
sound
everything.
as a whole originally started
That's
from
like
Southside
Chicago. Y'all don't forget
some
Chicago.
early artists to create
That's
the
not
sound
the one,
to be a big Chicago
That was
rapper.
both.
That's Chief Keef.
And then now deceased
Whoa.
No, go back. Go
I
back.
nearly almost said Polo, but I'm like,
nigga
that's gotta be
like
cheap.
No, that's cheap.
That nigga
That's
like
cheap.
That's
I know that's
man.
cheap though, that's cheap.
Cause he's talking about the origin of drill, you know what I'm saying?
nigga look
the artists to create the sound, being big Chicago rapper
Nigga, that's
Chief Keef,
so
and then
cool.
now deceased Lil Jojo
Lil
in the
Jojo
early
RP, man.
2010s, which is a whole different story for another
Hey,
video.
y'all don't forget,
But it
drill
didn't
came
take
from
too
Chicago,
long for
man. As
London
much
to
as
start
you niggas don't
adopting
wanna
the
admit
sound.
it, it came
One
from
of the
Chicago.
first UK drill songs to come out in 2013, when a couple guys from a Brixton gang called 150 dropping a song called It's Crackin', which was a heavy diss track to another opposition gang called 6-7, who are from an area called Brixton Hill. 6-7 even came back with their own diss drill song, using the same beat as the song It's Crackin', and named it It's Fryin'. But it wasn't always like
hard.
this. Just a few years before this, 6-7 and 150's area used to be cool. These times, 6-7's area, Brixton Hill, used to be called BHB, which was an abbreviation for the Brixton Hill Bullies, and 150's area, which is situated in the Brixton estate called Angeltown, used to be called Gas Gang, with both Brixton Hill and Brixton only being separated by
we
one
watched the video
road.
about
There are
that.
even some early tunes with both 6-7 and 150 members on the same track. But in the early 20s,
You just got me thinking, bro. Drill music is like a glorified rap battle, really, bro. You get your turn, we get our turn, but this should just be getting deadly for real, for real.
Yeah, but
And
the niggas
this
talking
will
about
change,
drilling like
and parts
killing.
of Brixton started separating. Stuff started getting patchy in the area in 2010. Around these times, Gas Gang, who are now called 150, were having back and forth with another gang located
That's
around
crazy.
7
Nice to
minutes
restart
away
this
in
video.
an area called the Lower Toes Hill, and the gang in that area was called TN1. But on July the 2nd, 2010, this back and forth took a turn for the worse. An affiliate of the TN1 gang, a 15-year-old kid who went by the name Little Zach, was making his way towards his pupil referral unit, which is pretty much a school for kids who have been kicked out of their mainstream school, normally for bad behavior. Unfortunately, on some bad timing, 5 members of Gas Gang were also
Yeah,
making
they
their way
talked about it.
towards
I
his
forgot
school.
what it was.
Before Little Zach could even get to his school gates, the Gas Gang members jumped out on him, and with Little Zach probably being so terrified and not thinking straight, instead of running into his school, he tried to make a break for it on the road. He managed to get around 100 meters away, but was eventually cornered in the back garden and was repeatedly stabbed to death. This death was especially sad due to Little Zach, just a day before his murder, gave a speech at a London conference about how he wanted to leave the gang life behind him and move on. Little Zach also suffered from sickle cell, leading him to be very small for his age. 5 teenagers were sentenced for this murder, one being a big Gas Gang rapper on the scene called JJ. He was actually identified literally by his nose poking out of his hoodie on the
Damn.
CCTV. The murderer
That's tough as hell, cuz. My nigga, you wear dog.
You gotta identify because you got a big ass nose. That's crazy.
Nah, bro. That shit is not going away anytime soon, bro.
Little Zach made politics weird.
Nigga got identified because he look like Phineas, nigga. What the fuck, bro?
the area, including people from Brixton
That's
Hill
that one
who were
nigga,
civil with both
Dream.
TN1 and Gas Gang. This situation, alongside a few more
I can't see
situations,
that nigga
caused a
nose.
massive divide between Brixton Hill and Brixton. Around the same time, the
That's it,
Chicago
they go
drill
like
scene
these,
started
you-
popping off, with the whole of London being tuned in to big Chicago rapper Chief Keef, which
That's,
started slowly influencing the UK rap game. In 2012,
That one
both
Ricky
6-7 and 150 started to become more active in the rap scene, with 6-7 having a couple rappers like Scribs and Dimsy, and 150 having a few rappers as well like Styx and M-Dog, rapping on old school UK rap beats. But around 2012 you could already start to see some early influence, which started showing when 150 rapper Styx dropped a song called Psycho in 2012. He starts the song off by saying Sosa Baby, which is the same way how Chicago rapper Chief Keef would start off his
Salsa
song.
Baby.
The following year in 2013, this developed into 6-7, making probably the first drill diss track, with 6-7 members Scribs and Monkey making
the
a diss
influence of the
track
music,
towards
man. That shit be
150
really
called
hitting the
Really in the
community.
Field. A month later, 150 rappers Styx and M-Dog came back at 6-7 with the drill diss track that I mentioned previous called It's Crackin'. In 2014, more and more back and forth tracks between the two gangs continue, and in the same year, other gangs in South London start to jump on drill beats as well, including 6-7 jumping on the same beat as the diss track 150 aimed at them called It's Crackin', turning this into the first UK drill beef. But this was also making the streets hot at the time, and less than a couple weeks after 6-7 dropped their diss track called It's Fryin', it was clear that this feud was just more than music. On February the 25th, 2014, a 6-7 member took a trip to Angel Town Estate, which is territory of the 150 gang, until he saw a member of 150 and started trying to run him down.
Damn.
A 150 rapper who went by the name SQ just happened to be driving past at the time and spotted the altercation and tried to hop out of his car and help his friend out. When SQ
thought he was
approached
only
the
road
6-7
biking.
member, he was stabbed multiple times, with a stab wound hitting his heart, leaving him in critical condition and sadly later dying from his injuries. Around the same time, 6-7 started
that's
getting
No gonna lie, bro. These stabbings just be sounding vicious as fuck, bro. They always sound way more vicious than, oh, he got shot like 15 times.
Right,
bro.
like Shy be like, yeah, nigga, just, you know.
That's just like more personal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you have to like put in. I feel like there's more
Brutal
force into
force.
stabbing than to squeezing. That's just me.
More connection, you know, 'cause you up close and personal.
God,
You
bro.
gotta really want to kill that nigga.
That's what I'm, bro. You know with a gun, bro. You just gotta.
And it's over.
And close your eyes or some shit.
But this you gotta relive the moment of you repeatedly stabbing the person.
dear Lord, bro.
gaining more notoriety in the music scene, mainly due to a rapper from the gang called Scribs. But at the time, Scribs was on a couple cases, which in 2014 eventually ended up with him being banned from making music. But this didn't stop him, with
that's what our
Scribs
people used
changing
to do,
his
like,
name
back
to
in the day,
LD
though.
and dropping the
That
biggest
machetes.
UK drill tune to come out at the time, called Live Coon. This done numbers, and people in the UK that never heard of drill certainly heard of it after this song, and this really put 6-7 on the map. After this, the group were getting millions of views on pretty much anything they put out there, while 150
they
was
fully
starting to
with Drake,
struggle
yeah,
for
man.
views. But while 6-7 was starting to pick up momentum on their tracks, the streets were also starting to heat up. In 2015, a 6-7 rapper called SJ ordered a minicab from Kennerton in South London to an area called Herne Hill, also in South London. But halfway through his journey, his cab was spun by police, and once him and the cab were searched, he was found in possession of a revolver and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Unfortunately, this was deep into when
Revolver, nigga.
Nigga, where shit is illegal, bro, like the smallest shit, like get you.
Niggas sell
Call up, bro.
revolver, nigga. That's
Put a
funny as
switch on the
fuck.
revolver.
Niggas got that shit on their damn wall.
This nigga here, bro.
Switch on the
Revolver is crazy as fuck.
Nigga,
You can't do it, but like,
Yeah, right. How's that shit?
7 started seeing success. But this didn't really stop the gang's success.
Like,
And
Revolver is
6-7
crazy, nigga. That
really
bitch
turned
in a
drill
museum,
from an
nigga.
underground sound to a genre which will be listened to all over the country, which was definitely clear when 6-7 was nominated for Best Newcomer in the 2016 Mobile Awards, which was a big statement for the genre. But while 6-7 was starting to receive musical success, 150 was starting to fall under the radar until a 150 rapper called M24 started to jump on the scene, jumping on a feature with rappers from another gang in Brixton called Skengdo and AM, which done numbers. And he
That's how
really
niggas
started
15
putting
it's funny how like niggas get to fame rapping about the same shit they've been rapping about for decades, the same
21
killings, the
Savage.
same beefs, the same everything. But as soon as like it catches a little bit more traction, but these niggas start getting awards. for the same shit they've been rapping about for decades, the killings, the all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it's just delivery.
That always gets me thinking like, these niggas, y'all letting them these niggas get away with this shit because y'all giving them recognition for rapping about the same shit they've been rapping about. That's literally bad for society, quote unquote.
Nah, bro, niggas just love listening to what they want. That's all.
That shit crazy.
Another gang in Brixton called Skengdo and AM, which done
Brixton
numbers,
bullies
and
like
he
with the
really
hoodie
started
heads
putting
and
on
shit.
for his gang, especially in 2019, featuring other members of his 150 gang on his songs, getting tens of millions of views. But while 150 was starting to rise up in the scene, 2019 proved to be a deadly year for this war. On March the 19th, a 6'7" rapper called Leaks was driving through Clapham in South London with his brother. Now Clapham is territory of a gang called CT, who are closely aligned with 150 and also Beef 67. Leaks' brother, who was driving at the time, turned into a street
100,000
called
likes
Clapham
on
Park
Brixton,
Road when they drove
Brixton
into traffic.
tomorrow.
2 members of the CT gang spotted Leaks in the passenger seat,
gotta
one
get the
packed with a
100,000
knife, the other with a walking crutch, and started to pursue the car and tried to spin his whip to avoid the traffic and get away. But unfortunately, while doing this, he crashed into a
Nigga got a
traffic light.
sword.
One member of CT then lunged into the driver's seat.
Nigga think he's Samurai Jack up in he about to jack that nigga.
Crazy as
Fam.
But look how goofy this looks. Like, it's serious as fuck.
That's
like,
that's
look
the
how-
katana, nigga.
Bro, look how goofy this looks, dog.
Bro, I'll look at you like my nigga before you kill me.
But nigga thought he was so much in, like, his life was such. That nigga was in danger. Like, that nigga just.
This shit look goofy as hell, nigga. I'm outrunning
Dude,
these niggas.
but damn.
You in a car too?
Damn, nigga.
Bro, crash.
The
He
katana
tried to
is
spin his
crazy,
whip
dog.
to avoid the traffic and get away. But unfortunately, while doing this, he crashed into a traffic light. One member of CT then lunged into the driver's seat while the window was open
we know
and
who
stabbed
that nigga
Leaks'
is.
brother 3 times, while the other member started whacking him with the walking stick. The 6'7" rapper Leaks actually managed to pull a walking stick from the back seat and tried to protect his brother. But in less than 10 seconds of confrontation, it was too late, and Leaks' brother sadly died from his injuries. The saddest thing about his death, Leaks' brother, who was a father at the time, wasn't even involved in the gang life. A couple months after this, an 18-year-old affiliate of CT called Stomps was also killed, and the 6'7" member called Giant was convicted for the murder and sentenced to life. Around this
no
time,
remorse in that nigga's
6'7"
face.
started falling off quite a bit on music, especially after 2 of their main rappers called ASAP and L.
So back after that long ass commercial break, oh, I got
We're back. But damn, bro.
these niggas don't care, bro. If you're associated with the ops by any way, shape, or form, bro, even if you're the nigga that let the op borrow a pen, bro,
You're dead.
you're dead.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Shit's fucked.
Even if you part of the family, the ops, they gonna try to get you too, bro. Just don't associate, don't claim nothing, bro. Don't say, oh, that's my
That's
brother
the
now.
thing. I don't even think bro claimed to anything. He was just in the car with bro.
You was in the car with bro.
Nigga, imagine you're the taxi nigga that because they can't drive the regular cars because they're known by the cars, right? Imagine if you're just an Uber that goes to go pick that nigga up because you know
You're
he
in that,
called you.
you in that shit too.
But you're just driving the nigga. The ops know it's him in there. The cars get shut up, and you're the Uber driver. You die, but you had nothing to do with that nigga shit at all, bro. You're just another casualty.
Nigga, you walk in my car, nigga, be like, hey, you
OD were locked up for a county line
If you was, get
operation,
the fuck out
which
my
was
car,
shipping crack and heroin from South London to more than an hour away in Basingstoke. More 6'7" members were also booked in 2019, running different county line operations around the country. And another 6'7" rapper called ST just got sentenced to 8 years for possession of a revolver. It was starting to seem like 6'7's time of being the king of drill music was now over. At a time when 150 rappers like M24 and Stick
Love
were
that
starting to make moves in the music scene. But while 6'7 was starting to become more quieter in the scene, affiliates of 6'7 from a nearby estate called RuPaul Park were starting to make some noise on the scene, with 2 rappers from the estate called VD and Dopey dropping a very rude song directed towards mainly 150 and CT called Local Shops. This song came with a lot of disses towards someone called S1. S1 was an 18-year-old CT member whose life was sadly ended in August 2019. S1 alongside one of his female friends were walking through Brixton when they were approached by a RuPaul Park member who went by the name TY. S1 and TY were seen conversing on the street, which ended with the pair going their separate ways. Around 30 minutes after the first altercation, S1 and his female friend were starting to make their way towards a nearby house and happened to walk past TY again. But this time, TY started to follow S1 and eventually approached him. This altercation altercation was much more violent than the first, which ended in a fight with S1 being left with multiple stab wounds and sadly dying from his wounds. But after the success of their first song, VD and Dopey were starting to hit the booth more throughout 2019, and with RuPaul Park becoming more of a smaller back, they were gonna start carrying the 6-7 name on their songs. But in September 2019, their music career was left on pause after VD and Dopey got into a situation outside the KFC in West London, which ended with VD stabbing a 17-year-old to death. VD and Dopey were both sentenced for this murder, but Dopey ended up beating the case. VD wasn't that lucky though, and he was convicted for the murder. But at this time, drill has started to become more commercialized, and even though some other 6-7 members were starting to release tracks, they weren't really popping off as much as they used to, while the top drill artists like Tion Wayne and Russ Millions were dropping more catchy and rhythm-based drill songs. 6-7 were still dropping more lyrically based and violent songs, which wasn't really with the times in 2020. But this
Wait. So, there's a video out there that says like Tion Wayne is like 150, right?
Yeah, he's affiliated. I know he is. He affiliated for shit show.
Dear Lord.
were dropping more catchy and rhythm-based drill songs. 6-7 were still dropping more lyrically based and violent songs, which wasn't really with the times in 2020. But this is where 150 rapper M24 really started to pop off, even jumping on a hit song with Tion Wayne called London. A new rapper from 6-7 called PR started making some noise on the scene though, but again his songs were more lyrically based and were also really violent, which ended with police taking down a lot of his tracks due to the feds saying that his songs were inciting violence, especially due to the spout of violence that was going on in Brixton at the time. But when we compare year by year crime statistics, Brixton crime has actually went down quite significantly, with it mainly due to the rundown estates in Brixton, like 150's block called Angeltown, being knocked down and rebuilt with nice modern apartments, making the area look almost unrecognizable from its former state. But unfortunately, the estate still has a big issue with gang violence, with it still being the area where 150 members reside and chill, which also means it's a hotspot for enemies who were looking for 150 members to go to, which was clear on August 20th, 2020 around 6 PM. On this day, 150's rapper called Stick was celebrating his birthday on the Angeltown estate. So a rapper called 16 Shots, who's from an affiliate gang of 6-7, took a trip to the Angeltown estate that day. When he arrived, he managed to find the 150 rapper Sticks and stabbed him in his face. But when the 16 Shots tried to make an escape from the estate, multiple 150 members were catching wind to what just happened and started to chase him out the estate. But once the gang caught up to him, the rapper 16 Shots was stabbed repeatedly, leaving him with a total of 33 stab wounds all over his body in front of herds of shocked onlookers.
But that puts a whole image when that nigga Stormzy said Kim and run after his birthday, give him a happy belated one. That nigga might be affiliated with this shit too. Y'all let us know in the comment section where Stormzy's at.
And caught up to him, the rapper 16 Shots was stabbed repeatedly, leaving him with a total of 33 stab wounds all over his body in front of herds of shocked onlookers. Not too long after, paramedics and police arrived at the scene after multiple calls about the incident. When the ambulance arrived, they tried to treat the wounds, but because there were so many, paramedics had to strip him naked in front of the residents of the estate, with 16 Shots constantly begging for a blanket to cover him up. But the medical workers soon realized that the injuries were much worse than they thought, so they had to airlift him to a nearby hospital where he sadly died later on. Sticks, along with a few more 150 members, were originally arrested for the murder, with some being released under investigation and some being released with no further action. But at the end of last year, after the feds had investigated the murder, another 150 rapper called M-Dog alongside a few more members got charged for the murder and are currently awaiting trial. M-Dog was actually quite a big pioneer for UK drill music, with him jumping on one of the first ever UK drill songs, which is sad to see him go out like that, and with another triple shooting on the Angeltown estate last year on September the 12th, leaving an affiliate of 150 called Chino dying. Shows this beef has no signs of ending soon, despite both previously musical success. Nowadays, UK drill is in a completely different place to how it was in 2013, with new age drill artists being judged more on their musical ability rather than what they've done on the streets. But it's impossible to have a conversation of the pioneers of UK drill music without talking about 6-7 and 150's launch of the genre. It's been your boy Kid Nerd, and peace out.
That shit is crazy, dog. That gets me thinking, like, so these niggas been like, you know, doing this same shit way back when they had like zero recognition. They're still doing the same shit now when they got like more public recognition. Like, you know, the videos got better, the image quality got better, but it's still the fucking same group, bro. That shit is fucking nuts. God damn, bro. I
ain't got nothing to say. What y'all gotta say, boys?
Yeah, bro. Y'all said that's everything we could say, really. It ain't nothing new.
Too much, bro. Right, that's all, bro. Watching that whole shit, I'm like, bro, alright, bro, I get it, you know what I'm saying, you with your bedroom and all that, bro. I'm like, bro, niggas gotta constant live in constant worry. I'm like, bro, you get lagging, like, bro, it's too much stress, bro.
You kill a nigga, you gotta be on the run for the rest of your life.
You know what I mean, nigga like me, bro, if you gonna do just chill, Trump, just chill, but you ain't gotta involve all that other shit into it. But hey, I guess to each his own, my nigga.
The cycle is crazy, bro.
As hell, bro.
Whole time, like, for what, bro? Like, actually, like, you trying to rob the nigga? No.
It sound like niggas not trying to, like, bro, level up and shit. Like, bro, niggas just doing it just cause that shit cool or something. Look like.
Shout out to the paramedics that always be trying to save these niggas, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro. Shout out to them niggas,
They're
bro.
doing their job, fool. Sometimes.
I was trying to save these niggas, but these niggas don't want to save themselves.
She don't wanna be saved, don't save.
Anyways, man, y'all stay safe out there, man. We'll catch you on the next one. That's for all the lies and the gals and them. We'll catch you on the next one.
Come on, guys.
Peace.